大家好，我是风购马德森，咱们继续说帕特莱利的爆料。对于三巨头，我想帕特莱利是想打造第二个 Showtime， 因为莱利说对于詹姆斯的 Not One Not Two 那个言论，莱利并不以为然。他说自己曾经用过类似的办法去激励湖人，最终拿下背靠背冠军。因此，就像莱利说的，他是想打造一个能维持10年的王朝球队。而且莱利说到斯波教练，他说看斯波的一步步成长，就像他当初在湖人的成长一样。作为教练，在球员的帮助下和球队一起成长，最终创造了一个王朝。所以莱利说本想拿下5、6座冠军，只是没想到的是，詹姆斯不但不想跟斯波一起成长，还半道跑了。这对于他伤害很大，很是遗憾。大家如果不想后悔的话，1年1度唯品会128年度特卖大会开始了。对比了下想买的东西价格都超级美丽，我看到的像阿迪达斯才200多，还有耐克、安踏超多大牌通通低至1到3折，顺丰面对面送货，上门退换无忧，新人还有30元新人优惠券可以领。快戳评论区蓝链上唯品会看看吧。除此之外，莱利还爆料了比如输给达拉斯以及热火文化等等一系列的事情，大家感兴趣可以关注、点赞、投币、转发，我会尽快把其他爆料发出来。下面大家请看采访视频。
And then we had to wait for LeBron to do the decision, but everybody was saying we got to get Mike and we got to get Mike. Mike was the first guy we had come to terms with, I think.
I remember that.
And so once I got Mike,
he took all my money.
He took your money.
He took all my money.
You got enough money.
Whoop his ass. He took all my money. No, so you said he might have leaked the location because D-Wade told us the other day that everybody met in a secret location. You just said L.A. Was that where they met at?
No, that was the first night.
Do you know where the big three met at for their secret location meeting?
Yes, I know where it was. Yeah, I know where it was. You guys went somewhere up to LeBron's place in Cleveland, I think, to meet, didn't you? Yeah, you had that meeting.
We did have a meeting in Cleveland.
That's okay. I couldn't, but it was okay for the players to meet. You can do whatever you want to do, but I couldn't be in that meeting. No. But I knew you were up there having a discussion about something. Look, it was a big deal for you guys. For Dwayne, for Chris, and for LeBron especially. Probably the top 5, 3 of the top 5 players in the league at the time.
Yes.
And, we're going to give up our own personal platform and sacrifice, for the sake of a championship, and it might blow up in our face. You never know if it's going to work. But, it was just so great, that night that, LeBron, went on with Jim Gray and for the decision. I remember being in South Beach, and I was at Red Steakhouse, and then I think Dwayne was down at Prime or somewhere else, and I'll never forget when he said, "I'm taking my talents to South Beach." You could hear the whole place. The city was like, all of a sudden, everybody's out in the streets yelling and screaming. I went out in the street and then he yelled in the street and called Leon Rose on the phone. I never forget.
So you didn't know until then?
Huh?
You didn't know until then?
I knew.
Oh, okay. You knew.
Man, there was no way. There's just no way that he could go up there. I didn't know, but there was no way that he could go up there and say, I'm going to go to like New York or go to Chicago. He could have, but I had a good feeling that he was going to come to Miami. Yeah. We had a ball.
Speaking of that night, Coach.
Yeah.
Speaking of that night, Coach, we have a segment on here from Morgan and Morgan called the Too Easy segment.
Uh-huh.
I'm curious because we talked about this again on D Wade's thing as well. When LeBron got on stage and talked about not winning 1, but not 2, but 3, but 4.
It's okay.
All the way up to 7, all but 7. And I'm sitting there, and I know I'm about to sign with Miami the next couple of days. I'm like, what am I walking into? What was your mindset when he did that?
Well, I didn't mind it at all. I mean, we had a packed house.
I know you love that.
Mike McCullough, who's just a super marketing guy for us, put this whole thing together. You guys come up on stage, and there's smoke, and there's fans are going crazy. I mean, those things don't happen that often in the NBA, and to be able to celebrate it before it even starts was great. But I don't mind, and I think he was kidding, but I don't mind people saying we're going to win. 1987, we beat the Celtics. It was the best team that we had. That team had matured in 1987 to be the best they could be as a team. We won 67 games that year, and we won the title, and after 4 championships, I remember saying to the media at the parade, I guarantee that next year we're going to win it again. Right. And I meant it. And it's important because for 20 years, nobody's ever gone back-to-back. And for 20 years, nobody ever wanted to say anything about, okay, what's going to happen next year. And so the reason why I said it, and I thought a lot about it, is that I wanted to put more pressure on that team than they've ever had on them. If you guys think you're as great as you are, you can win back-to-back titles. You got to do it. And we're not going to write it down as a goal. Okay, we all guarantee we're going to win it, and then we're going to stick it in the drawer so nobody else can see it. You got to make it public, but not make it public with a hubris, or an arrogance. No, because we were good.
Yes.
And so I said, and I believed it. I wanted to put pressure on them. Now, they all got upset. The players got upset. They said, could we just enjoy the summer? Could we go play some golf? Can we go do scuba diving somewhere? And you got to put this kind of pressure on us already. And so I'll never forget, we came back to training camp, and it happened. They were ready, and we ended up going back-to-back titles. And so what LeBron was saying that day, we're not going to win one, we're going to win two, we're going to win three, we're going to win four. I think we could have.
And I'm happy you brought up that.
If he would have stayed, I think we could have.
You're absolutely right. Went to 4 straight finals, won 2.
Yeah.